Welcome everyone to The Consuming Shadow by Ben Yahtzee Croshaw, who is known for the I don't know what the exact name of the series is called. I think it's just the Trilogy series, unofficially. An interesting set of point-and-click adventure games. This one's a bit different. It's a Lovecraftian horror game. And, well, you'll learn the story now. November 19th, 2015. Last night I dreamt that I was killed by something horrible. Two details stand out. Stonehenge and 3 days. And I have learned not to dismiss my dreams when they get this vivid. For some reason, I cannot shake a sensation of déjà vu. I have memories of assembling a ritual, fleeing through darkened hallways, and firing a gun at something unimaginable. I feel like some distant part of me may have died this way, hundreds of times, perhaps thousands. This is a horror game. One where you can very much win against the horror, but since this is Lovecraft mythos, insanity is a very, very real concern. Game over. We died. Ah, darn it. I was actually delaying for a while of making this episode, or at least this series, because, well, college just restarted, and it's been really hectic. And specifically, I was delaying this game because I was trying to figure out how to get rid of the save data. Or at least brief glances on the internet didn't give me a solution for this, so we're going to be playing with my old save data. Save data. Meaning I'm going to do my usual whatever. You won't understand what any of this means until we get into the game, unless you've played this game before. You can download it for free from Yahtzee Croshaw's website. I don't actually know what the exact name of it is, but if you just look up Consuming Shadow, the very first link should be the game. And it's a very fun game to pick up. Should take about 30 minutes per match, so about the time of one episode. And I need to get a piece of paper. Because like any good horror game, there's mystery involved, and I'm going to need to write down a lot of stuff that happens. Alright. I won't be able to edit. I will not be able to edit this in, so I'll have to tell you all the clues I write down and why they're even remotely important. For the upgrade tokens I'm going to use speed, medkit capacity, yeah, and health. Done. We have 72 hours left in game time, which goes by fast. And we need to go looking around for clues. We find clues by visiting areas controlled by the shadow, or where these red X's are. Stonehenge being the place of the ritual that needs to be completed to banish the shadow as it descends over London. So we can go to either safe locations or more dangerous ones. Dangerous ones are already being assailed by the shadow, and we'll need to complete some event there to free the town, where safe locations can feed us supplies that we can use to beat the shadow, or gain quests or tasks that we can use to acquire funds in our effort to beat the shadow. So we're going to head to Bilston? Technically, we would rather go to Gore Hill because it's very close, and hitting a shadow-possessed location early on is good, as you can usually get a lot of clues from them towards the spell you need to cast. So let's go to Gore Hill. And we drive. And we reach our destination in under an hour. Let's enter the town. Ever since I crossed the town limits, I felt the sensation of being watched by black, unwelcoming eyes. At night I hear an insectile skittering echoing through crooked streets and dense alleyways that could conceal no end of horrors. Moments ago I turned suddenly, and am certain I glimpsed something on a nearby rooftop, which ducked behind a chimney stack when it saw I was watching. I resolved not to sleep here. We need to return to car and investigate further. Now, naturally, in order to beat the cosmic horror from beyond time and space that's trying to enter our world, we must investigate. We get an actual writing utensil, that one's already used up. After numerous failed attempts, I finally managed to catch one of the creatures it needed. From there, it was just a matter of following a trail of foul-smelling ichor to the lair of beasts. I was led to a thickly forested area that I think may have once been a memorial garden before the shadow's perversity infected the foliage. Many distressing noises rustle out from behind the trees. I prepared to root out the infestation. All the missions are randomized. Here. And I think we got one of the better RNG missions. It's just killing a bunch of opponents. Now, we have two potential... This game can be played with either just mouse or keyboard. I prefer to use keyboard, as there's not really much of a reason to run except in very specific situations. Combat is very simple. It's point, shoot, hope you hit. Or melee the guy until they're dead. Meleeing generally means you're going to lose a lot of health, except very specific enemies, but that doesn't really matter. And time is always ticking down, but it's never really fast enough to matter. You have 3 ammunition types for your gun: regular 9mm, armor piercing, and whatever this is called, hollow point. Armor piercing, of course, goes through creatures and hits creatures behind it, and hollow point deals extra damage. Let's move on. Whenever I'm silent, I'm generally listening to see if there's a beast of the shadow hiding around here. As because of the art style, it's kind of hard to notice when an enemy is approaching you, but they rarely, if ever, approach you fast enough to be a serious threat. I hear nothing. Well, generally, they have some clues, such as this. There's corpse here, they are scarcely recognizable as human. Their body is little more than a mass of oozing deformity. Sadly, that doesn't hit our sanity. Now, I'm going to... I'd rather not waste my ammo on it. This place is infested with creatures from the shadow. The only option is to find and exterminate however many of them remain. It's generally not a good idea to waste your ammo on creatures such as that, as those are generally easier to melee. And as you can see, I've burned through a lot of ammunition already. But melee does so little damage, and I kind of need to preserve my life early on. Oh, you're the ranged guy. He's the ranged guy, he always hurts, and whenever you take damage, you take sanity loss as well. Health is easier to regain than sanity, obviously. Now we're looking for 2 things, either containers, or wait, what? Okay, no, we're in the right place. I thought we didn't move up, but I forgot we were 2 spaces down, not 3. I hear you. Nope. I was supposed to melee there, and I failed. The flying enemies usually die in about 1 hit. Unfortunately, I got unlucky there. Anyway, let's open this up and see. I got 4 pounds and change. Of course, as we're in Britain, the unit of currency is the pound, although I think it's the euro now? Then again, I don't get out much, and I don't really look up news online or anything like that, so I think it's the euro. This game is somewhat old. I think it came out a year or 2 years ago, and he promised a final update, but he never finished it, which I find kind of sad. This game's... It's a fun game for me. It's my only real Lovecraftian game, aside from Eldritch, but I don't feel like going back there. No. Alright, which one is it? Okay. As you take sand loss, it becomes harder and harder to aim, as your aim becomes staggered. Shadows minions from another area. Alright, there's still more enemies, and we got 3 standard rounds. Thankfully, the enemies we slay have a chance of dropping items, and we also have a chance of finding bullets in containers, and I've taken a lot of damage from this. Melee! Melee! Oh, come on. When you're moving, you can't melee. You have to sit still, which I find annoying, so generally you have to time your shots near perfectly. Carving dates back at least 6000 BC. So, defeating and casting out the figure labeled the God of Disease, it appears to have been intended as an insult to a rival faith. Here's a rundown of the story. I should have shown this, but I don't remember enough about this game, so I've really just started playing it again today. The studies have shown that there are 3 distinct ancient ones. I've shown that 3 distinct ancient ones are currently active. One of them is trying to break into our realm. The one I must banish, a second is assisting, and the third, for ineffable reasons of their own, is working against them. Attempting to banish the wrong god would be disastrous. I must gather clues and identify my enemy, which is always the enemy of the God of Disease. That's a fairly useless hint, but you need to collect a lot of hints before things become useful, which is why you need to do these shadow missions. Alright, there's nothing here. Generally want to go through as few rooms as possible. The more rooms you go through, the more likely it is for enemies to spawn, and you take a melee. Yeah, I fail again. Well, I can just open this up. Oh, nothing more worth taking. Alright, we took a lot of damage here. No damage taken, but we have no more health. We have no more ammo. Let's see, what else is here? Absolutely nothing. We can just hit this, and it'll take an hour, but we just warp back to the car. No magic wand has been waved over the town to remove the taint of the shadow, but with the infestation removed, it is certainly quieter. Still, my efforts don't appear to have gone entirely unnoticed. Small packages have been left by my car, tucked under the windshield wiper. I'll open it once I'm back safely on the road. Yep, I missed the clue. The god identified by the Agni rune is not the invading god. And I've also used this medkit, which, as you can see, ate all my supplies. Alright. That was my mistake. I hit the K button for push to talk, as you should know. We have spells here in this game, or at least the spell system, and of course the spell cost is insanity, but spells are generally very powerful. However, I'm not going for spell casting because that just makes the game unnecessarily difficult, as it's already hard enough to gain sanity, and spending sanity to cast spells is generally not a good idea. However, this note states, casting the banishment ritual will require me to invoke a mantra consisting of 4 runic syllables. I must investigate the shadow's activities in order to learn which and in what order. In the meantime, I could also use 2 or 3 runes to cast smaller level incantations. But is my mind prepared to dally so unwarily with such forces? 5 runes, Biti, Iu, Gz, Shin, and Agni. And so our enemy is Agni. Once we figure out which one's the Agni rune, then we can easily figure out who our enemy is. Anyway, set destination. Locations we can go to, 2 safe zones. Which one is faster? Stone Saw is faster, so we're gonna go down there. Drive. We're gonna have to refill our medkit, because we kind of just drained it. And I love the triple speed, it's very useful. Anyway, we're gonna enter the town. I feel quite buoyed by the clean air here, and the people are friendly enough. It'll only be a matter of time before this town catches the Shadow's attention. We're going to look for work. Example mission. I'm hearing early reports of costumed hooligans in Almston, which gives me an ominous feeling. A reward of £22 is being offered if they can be dealt with within 16 hours. And it's a lot of miles from here, but we're gonna have to skip through a lot of towns. Now, on the way, we can go visit shadow locations, and it'll only take about an hour. But as you can see, time is of the essence, and generally you don't want to take missions that are far away, as failing them means the town's immediately lost to the shadow. So I'm going to spend some time to look again and hope that there's a closer one. It's costume hooligans again, so I'm just going to skip this text. And that's a bit more reasonable. I mean, I'm burning... You saw I took a 60-mile town... 60 mile an hour. 60 mile an hour. It took me 60 miles to get to this town. The town was 60 miles away from my previous area I was in. It took me less than 2 hours, so this should be fine. I'm going to take this job. I'm going to find a hospital for 1 hour, and let's see. I don't remember what the prices were. I can't refill my medkit. Okay. Well, screw you all. I received a text from the Ministry of Occultism. This can be good or bad. Let's see which one this is. Future of the species in your hands. You're doing well so far. Don't lose hope. Sanity regained. This is one of the few random events that can give you sanity. The Ministry of Occultism is the ministry you work for, and it's signed by T, which led to all sorts of debates on the forums where people clamor over Yahtzee's games. Anyway, let's go on our way to Belsby. To Shadow Location, Bilston or Holberg. Bilston is by far the best, as we're on our way to Blesby. So let's drive. Random events can also happen on the road, although I think it's based on hours. Not in the, it's based on the amount of time spent driving, as opposed to how many miles are between us cities. So because I'm spending so little time driving, I shouldn't encounter many random events. Anyway, enter town. This town bears all the hallmarks of being under the shadow. The air tastes sharp and acrid, and sits heavily in the lungs. The few people I see walk in quick, startled pace, often bearing an eerie paleness and hostile eyes. From the dark doorways of abandoned buildings, I hear faint sounds that chill me to the bone. It is too late to save this place, but there are signs that some kind of defiance exists. I found graffiti inscribed by hasty hounds, which I believe to be attempts at protective wards. Could there be fellow students here? Investigate further. Following the trail of protective wards, I have located what is believed to be the home of an artist. The entrance was absolutely plaster concealed, daubed in a mixture of bodily fluids. The place was deserted, and everything useful had been taken. I prayed the owner had nearly found a safer home. Scraps of discarded journal indicate the source of the wards, an old book in arcane languages, which has been hurriedly stored in the user's former workplace, an office building not far from here. Perhaps I could recover it before someone or something does so first. Arguably, this is one of the worst missions that the game can give you, and I'll explain why after we recover the arcane text, if we don't die first. Devil used his last moments to paint a message on the floor. Open only the box bearing the symbol of Yushing. So the god Yushing will identify its symbol here. And we can only melee, we have no ranged. There's a guy here. Where are you? I'm wrong. I don't like that. Oh, hi. Turn around. This is by far one of the easiest ones to fight. Keep doing that. Worshippers consider Chizo the enemy. Chizo hates gods associated with the color yellow. God of disease is yellow, apparently. Alright. Now we're going from top to bottom. Okay, we have the janitor's keys, meaning we can open up all locked doors. We're just gonna keep exploring. I hate you so much. Alright, let's pick this up. Alright, we got some bullets. Now, here's gonna be... I think this would have previously have been a locked door. And up here should be one of the things we're looking for. Yes, however, there are 3 of these on these missions. And if you select the wrong one, I don't know what happens, but I don't intend to find out. So we're gonna leave this be. and we're going to do a lot of backtracking. Plus this wasn't behind any form of defenses that I know of. Technically it's one of the easiest ones to fight. Okay, we got hollow point bullets. Hollow point does the most damage. Consequently, it's the most valuable of the three. Per hit does the most damage. I think one hit of hollow point does what 2 of normal bullets would. And we can see how much ammunition we have by clicking on it. Alright. So we know that there's going to be another one down here. Yeah, you see 2 separate symbols. We don't know which one's which, if one lies or not. So we're going to just open up this door, or go through here and see if we can figure out where the other one would be. We're getting lucky with the RNG on our enemies. At least I'm happy about that. Let's pick this up. Tranquilizers. It, temporary restoration of sanity, which can only be applied from the car. Is the last one here? It's gotta be. They won't ever put it in the middle. I don't think. Alright. Oh yeah, also, top right, top left corner. Always look here. If it's ever grayed out, enemies in the room. Okay. What were the other 2? I think the bottom left one is the one we want. I believe. I'm almost certain that the bottom left one is the one we want. I don't want to be wrong. We'll go to the top left. What? Oh, I went down. Now we have to fight again. If you leave one of these in a room without fighting, you take sand damage, which is annoying to say the least, but you don't always have a choice if you gotta run. Especially in this mission. Which one is this? Okay, so I think we've seen the far right sigil, far left sigil, and the top sigil? Are you serious? Can we really not determine which one's which? All purple too. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm just gonna lose health if I keep doing this, and there's no way to duck these shots. Snack food for energy boost. Alright. I think I really have to guess. Once again, good RNG on this. Means that we're going to get some... Oh! Portable first aid kit. Portable first aid kit. So the top one's the far right. Yeah, we're gonna have to guess. Alright, I'm going to go with the furthest away one, because the game's usually a jerk like this and gives you the furthest away one. But I'm probably wrong. Although we're getting a lot of weapons, items, and stuff from this, I'd rather not farm. Please be right, please be right. Alright, we got you. Run, 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 run. You see how that's grayed out? Run. Flee. Flee as fast as you can, because we are now being chased, and I don't feel like showing you that we're being chased by. Yep, he is going to attack you even when you're being chased by other monsters. So you just gotta leave as fast as you can, and he drains life as soon as he touches you. Just get out. Yes, return to the car. I don't take care of getting hit by sanity. Town is lost to the shadow, and nothing I could have done can change that. Perhaps with what I have recovered here, this will finally be the last. Return to the car. So we've gained Ew, the first word in the rune of banishment, or the ritual of banishment. And we've also gained tranquilizers. Oh, never mind. I thought this was something different. This is what I meant by a syringe, or medicine that you can take to restore your sanity temporarily. And then you can get passive items, up to 3 maximum, which all have various effects. You can also get 4 status effects every time you take a hit. Anxiety reduces your aim. There are 3 others that could show up. Anyway, that's... No! I didn't mean to do that. Set destination. Alright. Castleham would probably be the best to go to next. I still have some health. So this is okay, and we're going to have to do more fighting when we get there, but we have Hollow Point. As long as I save Hollow Point for the more dangerous opponents, we'll be fine. Enter town. I have not seen a single human being since coming off the motorway. The streets are completely deserted. The doors of most of the houses hang open. Cars abandoned. I've searched a few homes and found television still on, still laid out, dining tables, cutlery thrown carelessly aside. All is silent here. Not even a single bird's twittering to punctuate the eerie stillness. I feel like I'm waiting for it all to shatter to burst from every crack and manhole like a flash flood. After some exploration, all signs are pointing to a condemned building just off the main shopping district. Masses of cars are parked around it, as if everyone had suddenly decided to go there en masse. The front door looks like there was some kind of insane skirmish to get in. Bewitchment must have been invoked. If I were still a naive man, I might wonder if there's still any survivors to rescue. As it stands, I can only hope to discern something useful from the remains. Investigate further. We need to find the remains of 3 townsfolk, because trust me, this is Lovecraft. You actually expect people to survive? Oh, no, my dear. We're in abandoned schoolhouses. I don't know if there's any difference in loot tables, but I'm gonna go down this time. Or I could be an idiot and go up, because I can't read. Or I can't read the screen. And we now have more Hollow Point ammo. And the game will not take out the random generation, and you will lose Hollow Point if you get extra, so it's a good idea to always have about 3 bullets going into a mission, as it's generally all you'll need. We have a room here. Now, purple is... Oh, I can't actually figure that out yet. I did not mean to invoke a room here, but will invoke Kiz. Strangely reassuring. Okay, never mind, that tells us nothing. When you mess with the runes, you'll get feelings, or understandings, which you can usually use to find out which gods are what. As of now, I was trying to determine what the purple god was, or what Kiz was linked to, and I hope to figure that out from messing with these runes. 2 shots. 1 kill. And I'm fine leaving it like this. We'll switch back to the more, or less expensive ammo. So which one's this? You? What appears? Okay, that just means the rune has moved elsewhere. I'm gonna just check this room, because I think sometimes they'll reappear in the same room. No. So I'll probably find that rune later. Sometimes it'll give me sanity, other times it's going to do nothing. And just move elsewhere. So we're probably gonna find a remain here. Yep, nothing found. And we'll just have to head on back, because I kind of walked into a dead end immediately, which sometimes happens. Oh, hi. That was a big fly. Big flies are irritating in the fact that they take 3 hits. And of course you can stun lock them with melee, but I'm not good enough to do that, so I'm not even going to pretend to try. Alright, which one is it? Alright, melee. Alright, we're good. Let's go down. And nothing readily visible here. Okay, janitor's keys, meaning any locked doors are now available to us. And there's nothing else here. Going down will probably lead us to another townsfolk, but I want to explore this room fully. Okay, we have another room. We have the Agni Rune. Let's see what this one is. Seem to respond to the invocation. That tells me nothing. I don't think, at least. Ah, hi there. Keys. Gain sanity. Seem to respond to the invocation. I'm trying to remember what each one meant, but I don't recall. I know one meant that it was a proclamation of ownership, which meant that that rune belonged to that specific color. Others was one of defiance, yada yada yada. So let's just open this up and go in here. And we just find a dead corpse. What else is in here? Nothing. Alright, let's go. Alright, last missing person should be in the middle. Sometimes items can spawn in really weird locations. That's one bug that I don't think is ever really fixed. But then again, he just kind of dropped the game after about a year. But it's a nice bit of freeware. I think just shooting you. But I can take the hit. Now give me. Alright, we get another lockpick. I don't know if these are permanent or not. I never really paid attention to it. Lockpicks can be used in place of janitor's keys, so if you don't want to have to go searching, you can probably stat yourself to just speed run through something just by unlocking doors with lockpicking skills. Let's see what's in here. Absolutely nothing. Let's move on. Hi, which one are you? You are this guy. You are this guy now, because I don't like fighting you people. And there's nothing else here. I think it'll be the most exciting game. And I have other games on my Steam list that I'm probably going to try recording. I'll probably try recording one tomorrow. Probably. Probably. And this is the last body. Alright. Let's just go. No point in wasting time for the room. And we'll warp. As I emerged, I found a small package lying at the entrance. With an accompanying note simply reading, "Thank you." I looked around, but if anyone was watching, they had no intention of introducing themselves. Chizo is not the god attempting to invade. I know you're reading this, scholar. Your actions will have far further-reaching consequences than you could possibly imagine. So Chizo is not the invading god. Is it any of the god of diseases? So Chizo is Agni. And hates the god associated with the color yellow. Chizo is also purple. And since only those three runes will probably ever be used, Kiz and... hang on, I gotta see, what are the other two rune types? Kiz and Ew. No, Bati was also used. Ah, darn it, I didn't pay attention. Ah, which rune opened it? I think Bati opened, and Bati is Yusha. Yush, then. From a while ago. Y-U-S-H-G? I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't recall how it'll even ever be useful, but anyway. Set destination, let's head to Blessby and finish this mission. Unfortunately, towns do not get, quote, unshadowed, unquote, when they're cleared of the Shadows mission. I stopped momentarily to double-check the road map and noticed lights on the nearby building just a short way down a side road. Would hardly be a lengthy diversion to briefly check on the place. I may find assistance for people who need it. Let's investigate. I happened upon a small county church where a number of locals have taken shelter. From the indistinct words drifting out of the entrance doors, it sounds like some kind of service taking place. I'm finding the prospect of peaceful human contact extremely enticing. Now, clearly this isn't the worst idea possible. Let's listen. I should realize the moment I enter this room, there's no gentle Christian sermon, but an attempt to appease one of the loathsome beings that torment our world. I should recognize the symbol on the altar. As the priest talk turned into the most hideous blasphemy, I finally became aware of the suspicious glances I had been earning since my arrival. When I rose to leave, the sermon stopped. The people stood. Some grabbed me around the arm, and that's the last thing I remember. They left me my watch, so I know how much time has passed. But I still don't know where I am. Escape. Yeah, that can happen. Honestly, I shouldn't have taken that, but I like taking risks. And I think we missed out on the mission, sadly. And we no longer have the benefit of the enemy radar, but we do have access to more cash. I'm in favor of just leaving. However, we'll invoke agony and see what happens. Gain sanity. Alright, fine, I actually managed to melee him properly for once. First aid kit restored some cuts and wounds. Let's just get out. Yeah, let's return to the car. I was waiting for me just outside, and then saying use it. I thought there was something important inside it, but I'm not. To question the province. Set destination. Okay. We're just gonna rush on over. Because I wasted enough time already. Open a text. Keep running, coward. The only reason you still live is because your feeble efforts amuse our lord. Okay, just 2 pings. We should be fine. Should be. Should. Good, we'll make it. Barely. As soon as I arrive, I see the creatures of the shadow infesting the streets, attacking wantonly. People are making a valiant effort to fight them off, but the struggle could go either way. I readied my gun, prepared to lend my effort to the resistance. Yeah, wasted shot. Let's open this up. I found 3 more piercing bullets, perhaps left over from some kind of police operation. Thankfully, my small contribution has been enough to turn the tide, and I am able to give advice on further future defense. The local authorities are grateful, and when I none too discreetly mention the posted reward, seem happy to pay it promptly. So we get a lot of money. We're going to enter the town. Town's calm and peaceful, oblivious of the shadow. My heart feels pained and heavy as I'm confronted with what we stand to lose if I fail in my mission. We're going to find a hospital. We're going to refill our medkit. I'm just going to look for supplies. Some other precious hour, black market dealer. I'm just going to get a rosary and reduce general sanity loss and resistance and assault. Anyone who could fight. I'm going to take that job as it's just really close. And it's actually a stricken town, so let's open this. I think something's really wrong with Bliston. You're the sort of guy who deals with this sort of thing, right? Alright, that's fine. We have a rosary now. Set destination, we are to go to Sawhope. Hang on, I just cleared out Bliston. There shouldn't be anything left there. I've been starved of normal human contact for long enough that it took a few moments to realize that someone at the roadside is attempting to flag me down. This could be a trick. Can I afford to miss the slightest possibility of a lead? Stop. The person flagging me down was a woman in her early 20s, and when I pulled up, she burst into tears and fell to her knees. She looks exhausted and I think uninjured. She is splattered with blood from some source or other. The car cautiously walked towards her, displaying my palms, but the moment she becomes aware that I'm approaching, she gives a shriek and lunges for me. Slap. My attempt to calm her appears to have been the opposite effect. Her mind almost visibly snaps, being physically assaulted by a possible rescue. The trees has emerged. For a few moments she was still audible even after she said, but then her wailing abruptly stops. I return to the car, feeling utterly wretched. Oh well. Misogyny, ho! Let's go. Sawhope. As soon as I arrive, I see creatures of the shadow infesting the streets, attacking me one time, yada yada yada. Let's go. Resistance. Okay, no, 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 no. 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 One of the worst enemies to fight. Actually, reminds me, yada yada yada. Gain money. Enter town. Find supplies. I'm just going to purchase just several bullets. Actually, just going to purchase enough bullets here. Enough. I'm going to use my medkit. I don't have enough money to reset my medkit, but we're going to set destination. We're going to go to Twinley Laroe, and then just head south from there. Hopefully we get the 2 last pieces of the spell we need. Well, we actually need to figure out which god's invading. Let us enter. This town is in pandemonium in the most literal sense of the word. There are monsters quickly attacking people in the streets. There is so much screaming. The roads are loaded with cars desperate to escape. The shadow is being uncharacteristically brazen, but it should make things all easier to identify the source of its influence here. I managed to narrow down the source of the hordes to an appropriately distasteful-looking building, possibly an unfinished housing project. You can see the monstrosities on wings like pig skin taken off from the roof. These creatures are just organized enough to have something in there taking a leadership role. I can take that out, perhaps I can save this town, investigate further. Good thing I bought all those bullets. Stay. I don't know what you were doing there, and I did not want you to just walk on out, so let's go. Thankfully, these guys suffer from the "we're invincible" syndrome, in that they do not expect someone to actually come and invade their place, and will not come and attack me. And we're going to be hunting for runes as usual, so we can try to figure out which one's attacking and why. However, actually if I look at my notes, God of Disease. So, God of Disease is probably yellow. Probably. Oh! I used to think that the random descriptors here, violently bursting in swellings and boils, actually meant something, like, oh, these are the runes you'll probably find here. I'm gonna put that to the test. If yellow shows up... Of course you use 2 bullets. Getting better for the time. I feel hot and nauseous. My hands won't stop shaking. Hopefully it will pass. Anxiety is irritating. Keyring is now available. I got the anxiety effect, which means that if I'm going to try to aim at someone, I am very likely to miss. Let's explore here and hope we get something. No, we did not. Oh, wait. So if I'm right... Let's see what shows up here. Let's put a location. Okay, sanity gained. It's not at all what I was looking for, but it's fine. Alright, who's here? Who's here? Alright, it's just one of you people. Don't worry about it. Alright, we got some money. We got some money, honey, and we get another Kiz rune. Hopefully something else will happen aside from Sam gain. Seem to respond to the invocation, i.e. neutral effect. Alright, which way was it? Down? Yep. Who's here? Charge him. I'm getting lucky with drops here. Nothing but an old pentagram necklace. Maybe it could prove useful. So I have more than 3 trinkets. I'm going to have to figure out what I want to ditch. I'm going to head down. Alright. And as you can see, anxiety is irritating. But when you're at this close range, it's kind of hard to miss. So I got some more bullets. It's fine by me. Let's go straight down. And we probably found the boss location. We're going to use the Agni rune, though. Spun the indication. Neutral effect. Nothing learned. I don't know if I actually want to explore here. I think I might just want to get out. Nothing. Carving dates back to at least 6,000 BC and depicts Birala defeating and casting out a figure labeled the God of Lust. Here's that is intended as an insult to the rival faith. Enemy of the God of Lust. Alright. Be awkward if it's Chizo. Alright, which one are you? You are Mr. Fatso. I do not have any reaction time for this. Okay, good. I need to use his bullets more, or have a bigger capacity, because seriously. Interestingly, the name Chizo is an associated symbol only ever inscribed in red pigment, otherwise considered the ultimate blasphemy. Chizo is not purple, like I previously thought. Chizo is red. Alright, let's continue our search and see what else we can find. Nothing. You think with all the sanity we're gaining, that this effect would go away, but unfortunately no, you have to get an expensive treatment to get rid of effects like this. Thankfully, this is probably the most tame that we could have gotten of all the effects, which I'm happy about. Alright, which way are you from? Hot friend. I hate you so much. Medkit? No, I got more standard rounds. Okay, I'm gonna just start burning ammo. Agni! Energy answering from the wall. Once again, that's not really helpful. Anyway, here's gonna be the boss monster. Now, there's like 3 things I think this could be. And if it's one of them, I'm just gonna have to run, because I don't know how to fight that one, and I hope it isn't, because it killed me last time. Okay. No. Die. I hate you so much. The symbol has many uses in the language of the ancients, most notably as a third symbol of a notorious dispel, purported to be powerful enough to banish a god. Alright, ritual is updated, let's explore the rest of this dungeon. And dungeon explored, let us go. With their leader dead, only its minions throughout the town remain. Fortunately, the remaining townsfolk seem to have the matter in hand. I can leave them to rebuild their lives. Set destination, Laro. But we're going to first check this out. Yunkiz, meaning one of these two is the God's Rune that we need to banish. No, never mind, we have this. Have sanity loss from spellcasting. That seems like it's really useful. Unfortunately, I never get it, and I don't have a spell. Nor do I feel like trying to just guess and get one. Let's go to Laro. I did just burn all my ammunition, though, so there's going to be a problem with that. Let's open up the text. I think something's really wrong with Castleham. You're the guy who deals with this sort of thing, right? Alright, let's enter it. People of this town have been welcoming, perhaps too much so. They smile and rarely blink and invite me to some private meeting place within minutes of conversation. When this happens, others pull me aside and warn me off. Many have been taken, they say, in return, changed. I hear disquieting tales of physical transformations concealed by high clothing and cosmetics. I'm convinced that a dark power operates beneath the surface, affecting bodies and minds wherever its oily tendrils settle. A small amount of surveillance has revealed a pattern to this behavior of the possessed townspeople. I frequently see them coming and going from an ornamental public park that forms the town's centerpiece. The park is severely overgrown, perhaps deliberately, so it is unclear what happens to people who go in there. The only way to find out is to mount what may turn into a jungle expedition. Let us investigate further. We have no ammunition, we're full on health. Anxiety apparently does go away. And I'm happy about that. I'd be really sore if it just stayed. Anyway, we're gonna have to melee everything, which is never good, unless I suddenly find bullets here. But no, unfortunately I don't think it's going to happen. Let's go straight down and we're probably gonna hit the bottom immediately. Victim the shadow, boils cut their flesh, shoot in the back of their throat, to the point that suffocation may have been the cause of death. Nothing here, we find an angel statue, which means nothing, and we find yellow runes. Let us cast Fear. Recognition, I found strangely reassuring. Gain sanity. Body on my feet, seriously recognizable. Melee. Melee. Ah, too early. Oh well, I got close to perfecting this, and I got 3 armor-piercing bullets. Let's equip those. Let's hunt through here. I'm starting to think yellow is the god of disease, but I've been wrong before. And if my track record for this game is I've yet to ever manage to fail a ritual. That doesn't necessarily mean that I haven't lost the game, I've just never failed a banishment ritual, which I'm happy about. Anyway, open up this trash can keyring, I can unlock any door now, it's just peachy. Alright, there's nothing here except more things to explore and more things to loot. Hear me, O Chizo, touch my heart of the one I love, burn away his senses with your fiery gaze and send him to me as a wild beast to tear my flesh apart so that I may lie nestled between your legs in death. God of Lust. Alright, so Biarla is an enemy of the God of Lust. Now, because there are a total of 5 gods, 3 are only ever selected. Now, if I remember correctly, no, I'll have to figure out, because it's technically the enemy of 2, so I can't really trust that it's just Biarla hates Chizo, Chizo hates Biarla. Chizo is not the invading god. So I don't think it's Biarla. I'll have to see which god is not. I need one more. Either the god is not the invading god, or enough clues to determine which one's actually correct. Very good. Great RNG here. And, once again, I seem to get really lucky in these games. I don't know why, but I think if I actually did like a cast of Hearthstone or something like that, which I might do, because it might just be interesting enough to do, just because I get extremely good RNG regardless of what I do. Blatant lies. Anyway, let's go in here. I've got 3... No... I don't remember if it's lieutenants or not. Let's open this up and just see. Okay, good. It's just you. And we kill you. More armor-piercing bullets, but ultimately there's nothing here. And we get more armor-piercing. I hate that about those games sometimes. It's like, I have good RNG, let's give you more good RNG. Oh, you never spent your bullets because you're an absolute conservative? I should not have taken damage there, but oh well, mistakes were made. Okay, we got some standard rounds. You see, some missions just give you so much ammunition you don't know what to do with it. Anyway. Alright. Melee. Melee. Okay. Melee. Melee. No. I will use a bullet. Discard a wallet containing 5 apples. It's really hard to melee those guys 3 times. If I can master it, that'd be great. Anyway, we're just gonna go straight across, because there's no reason not to at this point. Okay, good. Alright, nothing here. Let us hope. What is here? Okay. I'm just going to assume that... Okay. No, I don't want to do that. I want to look at my notes. So, enemy of the God of Disease. Okay. God of Disease must be the invader. I'm just gonna put this down as a guess. I wanna believe that that's correct. I just wanna believe. If I'm wrong, well, tough. All the signs point to it being the invader. At least the perpetrator of this. Okay, this is a boss-level monster. It's very weak. It is very hard to kite. However, it's one of the few that you can actually murder in melee. I like to think it's a shot off, but as you can see, it's got extreme amounts of health. Thank you, it's dead. Symbol Shim. Had many uses, yada yada yada. It's another banishment ritual symbol. Alright. We have 3 out of the 4. We know that's the god. Or at least, we know... We have an idea. I think the god of the disease is the invading god. Stop that. Bjarla is the god of lust. So our only clue is Bjarla. Or some god named Yushg. No, we're just gonna leave now. Let's walk back to the car. Townsfolk are not immediately better off with the extermination of the creature behind their enslavement. With its several murders and series of already as the memories of their actions return, the best thing I can do for now is leave them to heal. Set destination. Let us go to Burberry. Exhaustion's pulling my eyelids. This is one of those where even if you choose the I'm going to ignore it action, things can go very poorly. I'd like to stop for a coffee, but I'd rather keep my money. I'm just going to pull over and nap. Let's see, testament how exhausted I must have been when I woke up. Loaded from the daylight was attempting to penetrate the shadow, but I could see from nearby sign I and my car were not where I had previously believed them to be. What was I moved? Something wrong with my GPS? In either case, I've had to update my location on the road map. Let's open the text. Told you I know you. A dream told me that I should help you, so I sent you 8 quid. I hope that's enough. Okay, good. So... that's actually amazing. Thank you to whatever god out there is assisting me. Possibly Chizo? Thank you. I'm gonna find a hospital. So we're gonna refill my medkit. I'm actually gonna look for work. So now has resistance. Anyway. I will take the job. Return to the car, set destination, do forwarding just because it's so flippin' close. It's only a 70-mile drive, and I want the money just to fall back on. And I did not heal, which means things might go very poorly. Oh my gosh, no. No, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. You can't wreck this. Yeah, no. I died by being a moron and not healing before this fight. And it gave me all 3 of those. And you get to hear the glorious sounds of the helicopter bugs. Anyway. Yep. This is the only situation I really ever lose in. Oh well. As you can see, they have an RPG-like system, and that's why I would classify this game as a roguelike, of all things. Every time you die, something is left over, but your progress is effectively reset. You only gain a small amount of power, so it's kind of like what Rogue Legacy would be if it was a Cthulhu Lovecraft story. Anyway, that was the Consuming Shadow for tonight. Hope you've all enjoyed it. And I'll catch you all tomorrow, hopefully with another game, if not, probably in a couple days, because college is a bit crazy for me with my new schedule. Anyway, catch you all next time.